What if I told you a small group of countries can quietly decide how much you pay for gas, food, even your rent? And they don't need an army. They don't need elections. They just need oil. This is the story of the most powerful invisible alliance in the world and how it controls the global economy. Imagine the world runs on one thing. Not money, not gold, oil. Oil powers your car. It fuels planes. It runs factories. It even helps produce plastic, medicine, and food. So if you control oil, you don't just control energy, you control everything. Back in the early 1900s, oil wasn't controlled by countries. It was controlled by giant corporations, mostly Western companies. They went into oil-rich regions, drilled the land, took the oil, and paid the countries very little. Think of it like this. Imagine someone finds gold in your backyard, but instead of you selling it, they sell it and give you a tiny allowance. Countries with massive oil reserves were getting crumbs, while companies were making billions. Then something changed. In 1960, a few oil-producing countries got tired of being ignored, so they formed a group. A very powerful group. It's called OPEC, and their goal was simple. Take back control. At first, nobody took them seriously. Big mistake. Because OPEC and they had a plan. Instead of competing against each other and lowering prices, they would work together. They would control how much oil gets produced. Less supply, higher prices. More supply, lower prices. It's like a group of pizza shops agreeing to sell fewer pizzas so they can charge more for each slice. But then came the moment that changed everything. A war breaks out in the Middle East, and suddenly OPEC makes a bold move. They cut oil production hard. And for some countries, they stopped selling oil completely. Overnight, chaos. Gas prices skyrocketed. Lines at gas stations stretched for miles. People waited hours just to fill their tanks. Some countries had to ration fuel. Others shut down factories. The global economy started to choke. This was the twist. The world realized something terrifying. A small group of countries could bring entire economies to their knees without firing a single bullet. From that moment on, oil wasn't just a resource, it became a weapon. Now, here's where it gets even more interesting. OPEC doesn't just control oil by cutting supply, they control it psychologically because markets run on expectations. If traders think oil supply will drop, prices go up instantly, even before anything actually happens. It's like hearing a rumor that your favorite store is running out of products, so everyone rushes to buy, even if the shelves are still full. That's how powerful perception is. But controlling oil isn't easy, because not everyone plays by OPEC's rules. Countries like the United States started producing their own oil, especially through something called shale. Suddenly, OPEC had competition, and that led to a silent war. Here's where the twist is. Sometimes OPEC lowers prices on purpose. Why? To hurt competitors. Imagine you own a lemonade stand. A competitor opens next door, so you drop your price so low they can't make money anymore. Eventually, they go out of business. Then what? You raise prices again. That's exactly what happens in oil markets. But this strategy is risky because lower oil prices also hurt OPEC countries themselves. Less revenue, more economic pressure, so every decision becomes a balancing act. And here's where it affects you. When oil prices go up, transport becomes more expensive, shipping costs rise, food prices increase, electricity can get more expensive. Even your online shopping gets pricier. Oil isn't just fuel. It's the foundation of the entire global economy. So when OPEC moves, the world feels it. Now imagine this. A closed room, leaders sitting around a table, deciding one thing. How much oil the world gets tomorrow. Not through war, not through votes, but through strategy. And here's the final twist. OPEC doesn't need to control all the oil. They just need to control enough to influence the price. Because in global markets, the price of everything is set at the margin, the last barrel, the final drop. So even if most oil comes from other countries, if OPEC controls that last piece, they control the price. And that means they control the world economy. Next time you see gas prices go up, it's not random, it's not luck, it's not even just supply and demand. It might be the result of a quiet decision made thousands of miles away, in a room you'll never see. And that's the secret war over oil. No guns, no explosions, just decisions that move the world.